Wow. Welcome, everyone. If you've ever been to an event where the decor is just all over the place, you don't even know what theme they're going for and how uh, they expect you to feel when you walk into space, when there's just confusion. There's no clear, defining thing that says you're entering into this. Oh, Jody says she loves my plants. I'm a plant mama. I have plants everywhere. My bathroom, my bedroom, my living room, my kitchen, the office. Yeah, you can never have too much plants. Never. So, we're talking today about walking into an event where you're not sure what is happening as far as the decor, what look and theme and feel were they going for. You're not too sure. Well, on today's Eco Insider TV, we're going to talk about how to create an amazing event aesthetics. Welcome to Eco Insider TV. This is the place where you come to get all the event planning tips. What's current as far as eco events, trends, companies that are doing big things in that sustainability space, and ideas that you can try at home, maybe for your personal life, what you can do in your garden with sustainability and in your kitchen and in your events. It all connects together as long as it's eco focused. So that's what we're doing today. We're talking about event aesthetics. My name is Melody Dixon, CEO and founder of Pro Event Planners, curators of eco focused events. I plan events for people who are steeped in all things sustainability. It's in their home, it's how they live, it's how they take care of their food. They grow things, they reuse, they reduce, they recycle, and they bring it into their business and into their events as well because they see the benefits and they have a very uh, personal why that they're doing that. I also support people who have no idea what it means to be eco focused, no idea what sustainability is, what it means for their personal life and their business or their events. So I hold their hands through the whole process and take um, baby steps. Before you know it, they're making a bigger impact on the environment. So, what is sustainability? It's meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. In melody speak, it means that we get to live an expansive, creative, fun life. We get to start a business, make art, decorate events, grow flowers, and make floral arrangements. We get to play with our dogs, Miss Jody, all the dogs, and do all the fun things we want and get them treats and gifts and all those things. But we do so intentionally so that we have a longer, I guess, run of the resources, and our kids have a longer run of the resources, and people 10 generations deep. And I know for Jody, she is the owner, CEO, and founder of Fix Your Dog Training. And she is a licensed dog mediator. It's just like such a gift from heaven, truly. I wish I had met you when I had my dog, and I would have understood her better for sure. And dogs love to be outside. They're playing in the snow, they're playing in the grass, they're playing on the beach. And if we don't take care of the environment, then what? The dogs won't have anywhere to really run and just be who they are. I mean, if ever there were animals that lived in the present, it's a dog. They're always chasing the most current thing that's in front of their face. They're living it up. We get to live it up too, but we get to do so intentionally and be mindful of the use of the resources. Now, there are three pillars to sustainability. The first one is the environment. We get to reduce, reuse, and recycle. So we're already using stuff. There's stuff everywhere. We get to reduce the use of that because sometimes before we move on to buying new stuff, there's still more usage in the current stuff that we have. So we got to reduce that and we reuse what we have. Find a different way to use it. Pull it out the closet. If we haven't worn it in a while, give it away so somebody else can use it. All right. And then we recycle. We take things that we already have and maybe change it into something else or recycle it. Some cities actually, they don't do the meltdown and remaking of things. Some of them just burn the stuff that we send in recycling and use it as energy. Not particularly the best, but at least it's not going into landfills. So those are the three. And I like to add a fourth, upcycling. There used to be this show on HGTV called Flea Market Flip, and they would take the most odd things that people are selling at swap meets and junkyards and all that, and they buy it from a flea market and then they convert it into useful furniture. Like they can take a bicycle, take off the wheels, and make two end tables with additional materials, of course, and maybe with a glass on top. They've taken old logs and put like moss and what do you call those? Succulents. And there's a glass on top. So you're looking at your center table and it's a hollowed out log with succulents growing in the middle of it. So adorable and a great way to upcycle things. Next is economics. Because, hey, Monique, because you are using sustainable methods, that doesn't mean that you have to break the bank. Yes, there's a cost in the initial spend, like to get solar panels or to get LED lights, or to get timers for your sprinklers outside so the water isn't just running and running and running. Get motion lights instead of having the lights just being on all day, all night. Those are simple ways. So the initial cost, yes, it's there, but over time, you'll start to see the savings in the money. And the third is social responsibility. We get to take care of each other, loving each other, spread loving kindness everywhere. Everyone's got to have a place to live, food to eat, health care, and a way to make a living to take care of themselves and their family. So those are the three pillars of sustainability. So in today's Eco Insider TV, we're going to talk about event aesthetics. And event aesthetics just mean the look and feel of an event when you walk into it. So if you get the invitation is your first, I guess, clue as to what kind of event it is. Depending on the colors and the design, you can tell if it's going to be something casual or something ultra luxe and astounding. Something casual could be like for a barbecue, you can get an invite in like a barbecue sauce bottle. You know, it's noticeable, it's casual, but it's different. Nobody sends you an invitation in a barbecue sauce bottle, but it's a barbecue sauce bottle. Or to go something ultra luxe where you have a horse-drawn carriage with a footman come up to your door and hand you a handwritten invitation that's like a scroll and there's calligraphy writing on it. Expensive to do, but very dramatic. And when you see that, you know what to expect when you go to the event. So those are the two extremes, but it gives you an idea. So when you get to the event, if you go to the barbecue where you got the invite in the barbecue sauce bottle and you walk in and you see fine china and chandeliers and you're like in jeans and sneakers and a t-shirt, there was definitely some miscommunication. And the flip side is also true. If you get the well-dressed, the period dressed coachman with the invitation, and when you go there, it's a banquet hall that is in Hialeah somewhere with, you know, cheap looking things, and it just doesn't match. So the aesthetics gives you a feel, and it starts from your invitation to when you get there. How's the lighting? Did the venue match what they promised by the invitation? Probably not. But I have today 4 ways to ensure that your next event is aesthetically pleasing. Like you can get the idea from what the invitation is and from what the decor is. I have some props with me to even further give you an example of aesthetics. I have 3. So this piece here, it's a candle holder, and the top of it looks almost like a church, like a Gothic church steeple. This is great for a Halloween decor. You can fill it with dry ice and purple, what do you call it? Submersible lights. So you'll get the spooky cemetery look with this if you put it on a table. If you go this way, this is boho, very rustic, very crafty, boho kind of, you know, expect to see some shiplap and some, what do you call those things? Pampas grass. Yes. So you can tell the theme from that. So if you walk into an event that is this, you expect feathers and maybe some greenery. This is like a for a natural kind of event that is kind of artsy, and you expect to see lots of vegan meals here and all that good stuff. We go here. This can go either Arabian Nights, Mediterranean, um, Middle Eastern, because it's the themed lamp, but it also has the jewelry inside. And you can put a candle in there, and the candle can be swirling around or not, and it'll reflect through the crystals and give the light all over the room. So for sure, you know, if you see this on the decoration, you know it's either an Arabian Nights theme, something Middle Eastern, something could be even East Indian in there in the decor, Pakistani, East Indian. You can, you know, this can work for it. So if somebody says they're having a themed event, look for the elements that exemplify that theme. So here's tip number 1. Old trends are no longer relevant. So before COVID, they had the saying less is more when it came to decor. They just had like really nice pieces, and it was minimalistic a little bit unless you're doing like a Persian wedding, which is just ultra luxe and all the things. But other events, the trend was a little bit less is more. Post COVID, when people are like, look, we have one life to live, let us do it up, let's live it up. They're going so big and bold. So the old ways are not relevant anymore. Tip number 2, go creative and immersive in the experience. And that's a great way to make your theme big. Even if it's a small event, you can do some things with the decoration to make it more immersive. And here's an example. So if we go here, expect brightly colored tablecloths and flowers and plants everywhere, and like lanterns hanging from the ceiling, lights going up the wall, and sometimes the seating can be on the floor, like a low picnic style table with cushions around the table, and it's satin there's gold, and there's anything jewel toned will go for. Then you want to do the food, lots of basmati rice and curries and flatbreads, you know, roti and dal, that can absolutely be done with this. Then you also get the music, and there's special DJs that play Middle Eastern music. Not everybody's into hip hop and reggae and all that, so you'd have to really search them out because they're referred around within the circle of that culture. I know because I've done an Indian henna party, wedding, and two baby showers. So I know that they pass the same vendor around because they passed me around. They loved what I did and they referred me within the family. The only reason why I haven't done anything recently for them is that they're into balloons, and I don't do balloons anymore because it's not good for the planet. So when they call me, I refer them to other vendors who do that. Even though I've recommended the option for them, sometimes they're connected to balloons mean party. And so, that's their thing. No shade to them, but it's no longer my thing. So to get it immersive, you have to get the decor, you have to get the food, you have to get the music and entertainment. And that can look like dancers in the Bollywood. Hey, Crystal, Lady of Harp. Welcome, welcome, my dear. Today we're talking about event aesthetics. What people expect to look at, see, and feel when they walk into an event space. And the example. Hey, Rhonda. Thanks for joining, hun. Today we're the examples I gave three examples of aesthetic, and I kind of talk through it. So the one that we're on right now is this lantern. If you see this kind of design on the invitation, know what to expect. It's going to be a themed event. When you walk into the event, lanterns around the place, brightly colored, jewel toned tablecloth, lots of colorful flowers, up lighting on the wall, maybe with patterns that look like a dahlia, or lotus, those big multi-petaled kind of plants that you could project the I guess the picture of it on the wall, so it's big and bold. Then the music, you have to source a special DJ that plays the kind of Middle Eastern music or East Indian music. Then the food, definitely get a caterer. I know for me, when I go to parties that I guess offer Jamaican food on the menu option, sometimes it's not authentic. They just, take some. Back then when I used to eat chicken, take some chicken, slather on some jerk sauce, and that's it. Instead of getting a smoker, marinating the chicken overnight, and letting it slow cook and just have all the flavors just seep in and just be delicious. So authentic decor, authentic DJ, authentic caterer, authentic entertainment. A belly dancer, a fire twirler. In fact, I used this at a wedding. It was like a rehearsal party, and the theme we had, it was I guess we could call it Mediterranean theme. I had a belly dancer and a fire twirler, and all the guests got these little skirts that had the coins on the end of them. And we all went out to the beach, and the lady was dancing and twirling her fire, and then she taught the attendees how to do the belly dancing. And that was super fun, and it was all themed. All right. So for sure, create number two is create an immersive experience. Number one was old trends are no longer relevant. All right. So number three, add your personal flair. So if you are, I guess, I don't want to say shy, but if going so bold with the colors is not your thing, you can absolutely still do the theme, but with a lighter color, or maybe with not so many bright colors, and have a lighter color to kind of balance everything out, because it's your event and it gets to look and feel like you. All right. Number 4, a little clash adds an element of surprise. And I say that because if you have everything be matchy matchy, then once people do one twirl around the room, they're like, okay, seen it, you know, it was nice, we're done. But if you have things for their eyes to go to, we call them in the event industry moments. A little moment of the lanterns, a moment of like a photo booth with period costumes, a moment of, you know, posing with a strolling table that's dressed like an Indian genie, you know, different things like that. Back. Okay, great. So those are the 4. You can even do the mismatch when it comes to event furniture. So if your theme is royal blue and gold, in between you have like a love seat, you can have like a deep cream on either side of the love seat, like a sofa, not a sofa, a chair on either side of the love seat, and it's like a deep beige and gold. So it's contrasting a little bit, but it's not so out there that you can't see the connection, especially if you tie in some jewel toned, if we're going with this theme as the example, if you tie in some jewel toned cushions, pillows with tassels, no tassels, satin, you know, with sequin, just different textures and shades of the common theme so that it'll be visually interesting. Now, those 4 items are absolutely doable for every event, and you get to temper it with your flair. Now, it's a lot to source these things, to find out what vendor carries the lantern, which one carries, if you're going with the boho theme, which vendor carries the basket with the beads. And if you're going with a gothic Halloween type deal, who carries this kind of uh, candle holder that we can put the light in, and the dry ice for the smoke, so that you can see like you're walking in a cemetery kind of a thing. It's a lot. So if you hire an event decorator, they absolutely have things in inventory that they can use to support you. And if they don't have it, they most certainly have connected with other decorators over time and will be able to have the items. Or maybe Crystal says the Halloween theme is always a hit. Yes. And the typical Halloween theme is, you know, purple and orange. You don't have to go that way. You can go all black. You can go black and gold. You can do any color scheme you want, but pieces of the elements get to look like something scary or spooky, because that's the whole premise of this Halloween thing. And even crazier that I've done for decor is I've hung floating candles from the ceiling, so it looks like they're floating in the air, but it's really connected by a very thin fish wire. You can have smoke everywhere. You can have uplighting that really adds to the ambiance. But you have to have the know-how. You have to have the connections with vendors to source that. If you want a Halloween themed event, if you want a Mediterranean Arabian Nights themed event, or if you want to go boho chic, you don't have the resources, let's connect. I have a plethora of vendors that offer decorations and different types of DJs and uh, themed decor, event furniture, venues, all that. In the link, Crystal says, I like the clouds. Yeah, I actually did the Dancing on Clouds with a wedding I did last April. And so I have a vendor for that, of course. He also has these cold sparklers. So we flooded the dance floor. It looks like rolling smoke. It looks like they're really dancing on clouds. So the whole dance floor had, and the smoke had peaks and valleys. So it wasn't like a flat thing going across. It had movement to it. And then on either side of them, there was these giant cold sparklers that shot off like a fireworks, but it doesn't burn. It's safe to use in indoors with people around. Doesn't burn anything. It's a cold sparkler. And it made the best pictures. And that moment when it went off, everyone was like, oh, it was so lovely. Bride was happy, groom was happy. So if you want that for your wedding, or you can use that for your Halloween themed event as well, the link in the description of this live goes to my pro event package. This is the one where we sit and talk about your design ideas and what you want for your event. And I take that information and find you the right venue that gives you the best aesthetic for your theme. Whether you want to go Mediterranean or you want to go goth, horror, or you want to go boho. There's so many venue options and vendors that provide everything. This is a hire it done for you. So after we talk, I hit the ground running and I find all the resources for you. And you just show up and be the bride and groom, or show up and enjoy your baby shower, or show up and enjoy whatever your team building, Halloween party situation. All right. If you have any questions about event aesthetics, please email me at info@myproeventplanners.com, or check out the information and learn more about the services I have to offer that can support you. All right. All of you, let's see. Jody, Monique, Rhonda, Crystal, thank you so much for joining me. I had a great time talking about event decorations. I am here every Wednesday, 7 p.m. for a quick 20, 30 minutes, and we talk about hot event topics, share some statistics sometimes, or talk about event decoration. All right. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you next Wednesday.